talented young girl, young woman, and I watched her just completely blossom. If you'll put your hands together for Adelaide Punkin and Something Simple.
Thank you. Thank you. Most recent show I played was the Black Bear Americana Music Festival. The biggest highlights of the show were honestly was watching the gospel show in the morning on Sunday, I believe. It was the biggest highlight, and it was the most fun I actually had listening to other people play, because it was just a group of a bunch of people. It was just a ton of different bands coming up and jamming on the main stage. Another big highlight was playing at 1:30. I saw a lot of people that I enjoy watching as musicians in the audience watching me. It made me feel very special. Not just feeling 14 feet tall, but like being 14 feet tall. And I felt like a giant. I was up by merch tables, which is way far at the back of the hill compared to where the stage is. What happened was they all saw me on the big screen, and it startled me how everyone could see me on the big screen. However, it was a nice thing. That was a whole different experience. I usually feel like a little Smurf, but you know what? I'm a giant this time. At the same time, it felt very heartwarming that people I didn't even see in the audience could see me. It was cold. It was very cold, but at the same time, I like grizzling it out in the cold and sleeping in the sleeping bag, and listening. I think my favorite part about it was being able to listen to the big bands as they played, and they were like literally in walking distance. I could just get out of my sleeping bag and walk to them. I just felt that was really cool listening to them from there, and I always fall asleep with music playing most of the time. And that just felt like a cool way to fall asleep with music.
Nice.
My experience is I didn't get enough time in the jam tent this year. I wish I had more time in the jam tent, but it didn't really coincide with a lot of the scheduling. However, it felt very warm and welcoming no matter what, no matter how much time I spent in there. The Big Orange Tarp was just as good as always. Big Orange Tarp felt very professional, and yet again, it felt magical. I always find it, even though it's late at night, I felt wide awake at 2 o'clock in the morning, almost 3 o'clock. I was wide awake, and I woke up just fine the next morning. I think that's the only time I woke up fine, actually. I wasn't grumpy that day, and that's honestly because my adrenaline was pumped at the Big Orange Tarp, I think. The workshop experience, I actually was expecting myself to fly. I said this a couple times. I was expecting myself to do terrible, but it's mainly because I don't usually do things with less of my dad, and this time I was able to do it a little more independently, and we traded back and forth better, and I actually talked like I had a brain, and I did have a brain, so I felt like I was in the right place in the right time there. I was very glad to meet up with Slambovia. It was amazing running into them. I love running into Tall Travis all the time. It's a great group of people, and they have their little fan base that they bring is adorable, and they're so nice. And then Frank Critelli was a big part of we bumped into each other so many times, and it was awesome. That was fun. We also passed by Tracy Walton, had good conversations with him. That was a great time. That was fun. The vibe, being able to meet up with them again, meet up with everyone and the big group of people. It's like Black Bear is literally a family. It's very tribal, and it's like the Black Bear tribe. It's cool. It's a whole culture. It literally is a Black Bear culture. Everyone respects each other too. It's like there's no one doesn't. Everyone's respectful for each other. Everyone's accepting. Like just people's personalities, if you notice. Like fans get up close and talk to the musicians, and like big musicians too, and nobody cares. They're just like, hey, hi, what's good? And like it's just the way it goes.
Nice.
In the mornings you're always like, good morning. Literally, he walked down, hey, it's you. I'd like to say anyone involved in the Punkin Nation should definitely come to Black Bear next year and become part of the Black Bear tribe and the Black Bear family, because everyone there is just so fun and amazing. And thank you, Ian, and thank you, Beth. Thank you, everyone that does the Black Bear, because you guys know how to make it chill and fun and work out no matter what, no matter the weather. Just, it always stays together. Next year, I'm looking forward to all of what happened this year to happen again, and maybe in less cold. But hoping for the less cold part. However, I just hope everything goes the same way it did this year, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna be 14 feet tall again.